What's up, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. We are back. We are going to break down the slate. Pause. Time out. I want to talk about yesterday. Yesterday's video was our best DFS video ever. Over 900 views, 89 likes. We almost hit the 100 mark. I know we can do it. One day we will do it. Awesome. It was awesome. We got like 50 new YouTube subscribers, which was amazing. Just thank you so much to everybody. We're continuing to build the brand. We're continuing to build what we've been building since 2014. If you are new to the channel, you don't know what we do, we break down the MLB slates. So we go through it, and we are going to go look at all the pitching, how they've fared before any of the bats that jump out at us. We have a ton of information on the website, too. We added umpire scores and stats there. Part of that's on the website. So we have a lot of free information. We do have FTA Plus, which is $10 a month right now. Until the All-Star break, it will go up because NFL content will start coming through. So I've been huge shout out to everybody who has subbed. We're trying to hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers before the All-Star break. If we do, one lucky subscriber will win a lifetime pass. But we had at least 50 likes. So any video that gets at least 50 likes, we will randomize anyone who left a comment on the video. And if you are chosen, which we will do right here, you will win a free week. If we ever get to 100 likes on a video, someone will randomly get chosen to win a free month. So that being said, all the names of everyone who left a comment on yesterday's video is here. We're going to randomize it 3 times. On the 3rd time, that is the winner. Comment on this video and then hit me up on Twitter at advisors_team. We'll get you set up there. So good luck to everybody before we jump in. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Congratulations, Heath Thompson. Heath Thompson is our winner. Please leave a comment on this video if you see it. Congratulations. Anyone can win. Check it out. Another way to win, be a subscriber, like the video. Tell me who's going to hit a home run, what inning they're going to hit it in. I need those 2 immediately. And then just put the distance traveled as a tiebreaker in case multiple people have, like Aaron Judge, in the same inning. So I need person who's going to hit home run, the inning. Those are the 2 main ones. And then the distance traveled just in case someone has the same one. If there are close, it'll be closest without going over. So smaller slate on a Monday, which we're used to. It's something that we do. We're going to break it down. This is obviously who I like. So we're going to go through everything. We're going to go through all these pitchers. If you want to see the pitchers we like, and then you want to see a few of the bats at each position out of everybody, click the link down below. That's the article that you just saw. So first game on the slate, early slate, because it's at 105 where the other games. We have a couple of early games. We have a few early games. I think it's Memorial Day, so a lot of early games. I want to see how many games are on the main slate. Actually, the main slate starts at 105. So, yeah, it's an early day. So good job. Congrats to everyone who's checked this video out. Hopefully it does help you. It's an early day on a Monday, which we're not used to. So that being said, we're going to go through everything. So the first game of the day, Cleveland at Baltimore. You got Logan Allen versus Tyler Wells. Allen's never faced them before. We know Baltimore is a good team. Second best record in baseball. Or as of like Saturday, I'm not sure after the weekend. But they're playing at home too, which is kind of iffy. I do like Logan Allen for tournaments. There's not a ton of like cash players that I like. I wish there were in this more. It's another feeling of, hey, it's a tournament type day for me anyway, maybe not for you. I do like Logan Allen. On the flip side, Tyler Wells, 21 plate appearances, only 4.8 K percentage, 389 batting average. That's not really going to cut it. We look at Tyler Wells, his numbers, 3-1 record, 3.47 ERA. I'm looking to see if he's faced Cleveland this year. He has not. His last start against the Yankees, 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, still got 24 fantasy points. against the Yankees. So I don't mind either of these pitchers. This could be a lower scoring game. We're kind of got to wait for the Vegas odds to come out. Look at the implied run totals and stuff like that, which you can find on the website. I don't mind either of them. But if you want to see what bats have had success, Zunino's 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. If he's in there, I kind of like him. Josh Bell's 2 for 3. Jose Ramirez 2 for 2, a double and a home run. I think Ramirez just had a walk-off yesterday on Sunday's game, 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth. Those top 3 bats I don't mind. Don't know if I'll have much exposure to it, but those are just some bats that do jump out here. So I do like both of these pitchers for tournaments, though. Next game, Rangers at the Tigers. You got Nate Eovaldi versus Matt Boyd. Eovaldi's been on fire lately. Against the Tigers, 35 plate appearances, 281 batting average, only 11.4 K percentage. I don't care. He's the most expensive pitcher on the slate for a reason. He's coming off, I believe, his best game. Let's see. No, his best game was 3 starts ago against Oakland, which it's Oakland, but this is Detroit. So in that, he went 8.2 innings, 12 strikeouts, 72 fantasy points. His last game was a complete game, 6 hit, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 49 fantasy points against Pittsburgh. Now he gets a nice matchup against Detroit. This is why I like him. This is why he's the picture of the article. And this is why he is the picture of the video that you are currently watching. Flip side of that, Matt Boyd. I don't mind Matt Boyd for tournaments, but again, Texas can hit. Against him, 56 plate appearances, 227 batting average, 14.3 K percentage. Not much going on there. We'll kind of look at the bats, though, but the Tigers bats against – I probably like Eovaldi for both cash and tournament. I think Matt Boyd is more of only a tournament option because he can get lit up. Against Eovaldi, Jonathan Scope, 4 for 14 with a home run. I don't really like him on most days. I won't use him. Badu, 1 for 3 with a home run. Miggy's 3 for 8. Not going to use him. It's time for him to go out in the pasture. So, yeah, I honestly don't really like the Tigers bats here. I would rather take the Texas bats. Not a ton of them have seen him. Grossman, if he's in there, 8 for 28, a double and 2 home runs. Simeon's only 1 for 6, but I do like him. Kind of like Corey Seager a little bit. He's 0 for 1. It's a lefty on lefty matchup. I get that. I still like him. I like Nate Lowe. I like Josh Jung as well. So looking at this, Eovaldi, I don't mind either format, cash or GPP. Matt Boyd, probably only tournaments for me. Royals at the Cardinals. It's the I-70 series, I-71, one of the interstates and that leads from Kansas City to St. Louis. Josh Staumont versus Adam Wainwright. I think it's Staumont. 14 plate appearances, 538 batting average, so obviously only about 1 start. Start didn't go well. Not using him. I do like the Cardinals against him today. Wilson Contreras had the day off on Sunday. Should be in there. Paul Goldschmidt had yet another home run on Sunday. Love the Cardinals against Staumont. It's in St. Louis, so it's not in Kansas City, which is more of a pitcher's park. So looking at that, I would be looking at a Wilson Contreras, Arenado, Goldie, Tommy Edman. Depending on where Tommy Edman is in the lineup, I do like him. If he's like batting ninth, it's a little less, but that's a second leadoff. So if they do hit around, could get those 4 or 5 at-bats there. So I don't mind them, and I don't mind Waino here for tournaments. I'm not going to use Josh at all. I will use Waino. I will use him in tournaments only. 46 plate appearances, a 116 batting average. I don't think he's had much success this whole year. Let's see. I mean, Wainwright's 2-0. Let's see his stats. Where are they showing his stats? Yeah, so he's 2-0, but he's got a 6.33 ERA. So not the best. He has gotten hit in 3 starts. The most strikeouts he's had in a game is 5, and that came against Cincinnati, where he only got 14 fantasy points because he gave up 5. No, he had 2 strikeouts there. He gave up 5 earned runs. The most strikeouts he has had is 5, and that was against Detroit. Yeah, the numbers aren't good this year. He is kind of middle of the pack on FanDuel price-wise. GPP, I will take him, but yeah, he hasn't shown we know, and he's old. We get that. So he can come in. He can get. This is Kansas City. He could get some strikeouts. Statistics say probably not, but I will have, if I'm making like 20, 30, 40 lineups, Wainwright will find his way in there a little bit. Stallman will not find his way in there. So do love a Cardinal stack against him. Wainwright for tournaments, that's about it. Other than that, don't really trust him for anything else. So he's not giving you the fantasy points it's going to take down a tournament. So this one is where I'm confused, because as of the making of this video, this shows Taj Bradley. But when I look at FanDuel, McClanahan is probable here because this will be his 5th day. So that is where we're looking at. I will add a comment. I'll pin a comment if it has changed by tomorrow. So we got 2:20, so a little bit later. The lineups will come out in the morning, so we'll look at that. I don't like Bradley. If Bradley is in there, I love a Cubs stack. Bradley's looked terrible, but it looks like McClanahan, which I like McClanahan a little bit more. And then on the flip side of that, Stroman, 41 plate appearances, 343 batting average, only 7.3K percentage. It's Tampa Bay, but they're on the road, but they're in a good hitter's park, so you got to give the advantage to Tampa Bay here. Brandon Lau against Stroman, 2 for 9 with a home run. Arozarena, 1 for 5 with a double. Mejia, 2 for 5 with a double and a home run. Manny Margot, 2 for 5 with a home run. Josh Lowe, 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. So, yeah, I know Stroman has been very up and down this year. Coming off his best start, one of his best start against his former team, the Mets, his last start. 8 innings, 2 earned runs, 37 fantasy points, but only had 3 strikeouts. Before that, against the Phillies, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, got the W there. But then he got lit up by the Twins for 6 earned runs, -1 fantasy point. Yeah, I mean, he's been good, and then he kind of did a little bit less. He got good, a little bit bad, and then he's tied. Now he has a matchup here against Tampa Bay, which will be a real test of his actual skills. So he could hold his own because he's got good stuff, but Tampa Bay is just on another level this year so far. So Stroman's probably only a tournament option for me just because of the matchup it is. If it was in Tampa Bay, I'd give the advantage a little bit because that stadium's terrible. But this is in Chicago. It's the Windy City for a reason. We'll look at the batter trends once they come out. We'll look at the Vegas odds and the implied run totals when those come out. Those are all on the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. But right now, off the top here, don't believe Bradley's starting. If he is, I love the Cubs stack. If Bradley's not, McClanahan starting, I like McClanahan. I like Stroman for tournaments. McClanahan would be cash. And then Tampa Bay bats against Stroman because it's Tampa Bay. I mean, there's not much else to say. Rockies at the Diamondbacks got Carl Kaufman versus Ryan Nelson. This is being played in Coors Field Jr., a.k.a. Chase Field, a.k.a. in the dome in the desert. Kaufman obviously has never faced Arizona before. He's only got 2 starts under his belt, 1 against Texas and 1 against Miami. The one against Miami was at home in Coors, gave up 5 earned runs. We took Miami in that game. I think we hit all of our picks are the ones that did the scoring. So fantastic that game. Game against Texas, 4.1 innings, 4 earned runs, 13 fantasy points. I don't trust Carl Kaufman here. I'm looking at Arizona bats. So the bats that jump out to my mind right now, Ketel Marte leading off, or Josh Rojas leading off. Corbin Carroll, he's hitting home runs or he's stealing bases. He's getting on base. I love that. Those 3 jump out at me right off the bat. We'll wait for the batter trends. We'll see, but those are the guys that I like. And then Ryan Nelson against Colorado, 25 plate appearances, 435 batting average. I'm not taking either of these pitchers. This feels like this might be a higher scoring game. I'm not going to say the runs and the Vegas numbers are going to be like it's in Coors, but it's going to, I feel like this, without the numbers being out yet, I feel like this is going to be one of those that might be one of the highest game totals out there. So we'll wait and see for that. The Rockies bats that have had success, Jurickson Profar, 4 for 9 with 2 doubles. I love him. He's a cheaper option for the outfield. Moustakas 1 for 2, Blackman 1 for 1. Elias Diaz 2 for 2, 1 double. So it really depends on the lineup that comes out and the batting order that comes out and who is there. I could see this being a higher scoring game. I could see this being an under the radar type game for some people. So get this in your mind when you're building your lineups and when you're waiting for those Vegas numbers. Twins at the Astros is next. You got Sonny Gray versus JP France. Sonny Gray actually has good numbers against Houston. 97 plate appearances, 26.8 K percentage, a 264 batting average. JP France has never faced them before. That's one where I would rather have Sonny Gray. He might be my second favorite pitcher on the slate if McClanahan isn't pitching. If McClanahan's pitching, Sonny Gray is my third favorite pitcher. Kind of up and down the past couple of starts. Against San Francisco, gave up 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, only 27 fantasy points on FanDuel. And then against the Dodgers, 4 innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 18 fantasy points. Kind of was seeing if he's faced Houston this year. He has. He actually had a really good game. His best game of the year came at home versus Houston. His second start of the year, 7 innings, 4 hits, 13 strikeouts, 1 earned run, and 61 fantasy points. So he's already faced them before. Obviously, that was a little bit of a down team because Altuve was out, Bregman was looking bad, Jeremy Pena was looking bad, Jose Abreu was looking bad, kind of still looking bad. They're getting these bats back, so that's the only my only pause in this one is the Astros are a better team than they were on April 7th when he faced them at home. I will have exposure to Sonny Gray though, because he just small market team Sonny Gray pitches way better than big market when he was with the Yankees. So looking at that, I will take some Sonny Gray. JP France, see if he's faced them this year. He has not. He's coming off a good game against Milwaukee, 5.2 innings, 1 earned run. Of course, I dropped him in my season long the day before that. Time before that when I picked him up for my season. 3.2 innings, 2 strikeouts, 6 earned runs, -1 fantasy point against the Cubs. So I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think Sonny Gray is more of your tournament or your cash option. I think JP France is more of your tournament play there. Pirates at the Giants is next. I do like this game because it is in San Francisco, although it's Rich Hill versus Anthony DeSclafani. Rich Hill, 62 plate appearances, 304 batting average against him, 29 K percentage. Rich Hill might be the same age as his number on his shirt there, his jersey of 44. It's in San Francisco, which is a pitcher's park, which bodes a little bit well for that. Let's see. And then this is one where, at least on FanDuel anyway, you have to play the all-day slate because these are later games. They're not the main slate of games, which we're already past that, which is crazy. But looking at this one, Rich Hill coming into this game, 4-4 record, 4.27 ERA. I mean, he's come up. He has his ups and downs. His last start against Texas, 28 fantasy points, 9 strikeouts, but 5 earned runs. His strikeouts are working this year, though, which is crazy. Hasn't faced San Francisco this year. Rich Hill's more of a tournament option. I think both of these pitchers are real tournament options. I don't trust them enough for cash. I like this game because it's in Oracle Park. It's in San Francisco, but each opposing team has had success against them in the past. Hill with the 304 batting average against him. DeSclafani with a 246. So if we're not taking Rich Hill and you're looking at what Giants bats jump out at you here, Brandon Crawford 8 for 20. Wilmer Flores 5 for 14 with 2 doubles and a home run, but he's losing. Wilmer Flores is losing his starting role. He's sat like 3 or 4 games in a row and then pitch hit one of the times. If Wilmer Flores is in, I think he's more of a tournament option, but should be a low-owned, low percentage play there. I just don't know if he's going to be in the game. Mitch Haniger 1 for 5. Michael Conforto 2 for 9, but those 2 hits were home runs. So if you're not taking Rich Hill, some of those bats, but if you're taking Rich Hill, it's not against you. And then the Pirates bats against DeSclafani that's had success here. Kutch is 5 for 19 with a double. 263. Brian Reynolds, 3 for 10 with a double, batting 300. Carlos Santana, 3 for 3. All of his hits have been doubles. Chris Owens is only 2 for 8. Brian Hayes is 1 for 3. It is a home run there. So I don't mind either of these pitchers for tournaments, but if you are taking some bats, those are some of the bats that I would look at. Again, though, being an all-day slate or whatever, the lineups are going to come out a little bit later since it's 5:05 Eastern, and the games start at early. So this is something to pay attention to, because if you lock in the other ones and then you lock in these lower ones and you don't have any other plays, you're going to get screwed on some plays that might be out. So that is something to pay attention to. Braves at the Athletics is next. You got Michael Soroka versus Paul Blackburn. Soroka has not pitched in a major league game since 2020, where I believe he blew his Achilles out. But he has a juicy matchup against Oakland. Now, I was looking, and I was trying to see if he had any. Soroka's not even on so he hasn't been activated yet. I don't know if Fanduel and DraftKings will be putting them in the player pool in time. If they do, I will take a flyer on Soroka in tournaments. I just don't know if he's going to be on some sort of I'm assuming he will be on a pitch count for sure. Let's see. They pulled him. Yeah, he got pulled on. He got pulled on Sunday. He's got so it looks like he's going to be starting against the A's. A fantastic matchup in Oakland is even better. The problem is he hasn't pitched in 3 years. Don't know how effective his stuff is. Don't know if he's going to go deep enough into the game to pay off his salary to get us a W. But if he is, I do like him for tournaments. Blackburn, on the other hand, I'm not taking him. I would be looking at the Braves as a stack there. Matt Olson's been on fire. Acuna's been on fire. Just other options. So in this game particularly, Soroka, tournament only, a few lineups just because 3 years, pitch count, we're going to be seeing that. And then I won't have any exposure to Blackburn at all. Angels at the White Sox, you got Griffin Canning versus Michael Kopech. Canning, 15 plate appearances, .429 batting average. So that's probably, 2 batters? Maybe 1 batter? Let's see. 4 batters. Benintendi's 2 for 5 with a double. Eloy just got activated Sunday, 1 for 3 with a triple, so let's use him before he gets hurt. Tim Anderson's 2 for 3 with a double. That's really it. Looking at that, I don't mind possibly looking at a White Sox stack of Eloy, Anderson, Benintendi, Lou Bob, depending on who's out there, Andrew Vaughn possibly. Just really whatever lineup comes out for the White Sox we'll look at. And it's later. It's at 8:10, so that's something to look at. And I do like Kopech here against the Angels. 25 plate appearances, 32 K percentage. He's been locked in lately. .227 batting average against him. If I'm taking this game, if I'm playing all day and I'm looking at these teams, I'm taking White Sox bats. I'm taking Kopech as the pitcher in this one. Nationals at the Dodgers is next. Trevor Williams versus Bobby Miller. Trevor Williams, 97 plate appearances, .279 batting average, only striking out 14.4. Would not use him against the Dodgers. I'd be looking at Dodgers bats here. And I will take a flyer on Bobby Miller at home against a bad Washington team. Probably tournament. So looking at this, Hayward's 4 for 20 with a home run. David Peralta 6 for 18 with a double, triple, and a home run. So look at that. Chris Taylor 2 for 9 with a home run. Freeman 5 for 13 with a double. Freeman might be my home run pick for the day. Yeah, Muncy 3 for 5. I'm looking at a Dodgers stack against Williams, and then I'm not looking at Williams at all. No cash, no tournaments, nothing. And I would be looking at Bobby Miller for tournaments. Then the final game, Domingo Germán versus Bryce Miller. This is my dilemma. Domingo Germán making his first start since he got caught with too much rosin on his hands or whatever it was. Will that be what was making him effective, or was it just a caveat of he got caught, whatever? So that is where I'm at. His numbers are good. 30 plate appearances, 154, which be like, hey, let's take him. I'm going to cautiously take Domingo Germán in tournaments. I'm not going to look at cash because he is coming off that. I don't know how effective or how much that rosin affected his grip, his throws, his strikeouts, what he was getting. I will look at Herman in that a little bit. But on the flip side of that, in the ones I'm not taking him in, I'm looking at both sides of this for the offenses. So with the Yankees, I know Rizzo hit his neck and head on Tatis's hip and upper leg yesterday. Left the game on Sunday early on, I believe. Precautionary, took X-ray, MRI, still waiting on news, but there was news that he could play today. That being said, if he's out, it opens up LeMahieu to play first, and then it opens up other bats in there. So looking at both sides of these, we'll look at the batter trends, but Judge comes to mind. He's been on fire. He has one of his longest career home runs, if not longest career home run in this stadium here. Bader's been on fire. Volpe's kind of coming around a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. If Rizzo's in there, I absolutely love Rizzo. But again, we got to wait to see on the news. And then the flip side of that, the Mariners bats that look at Eugenio Suarez, I believe, if I looked earlier, had some good numbers. Let's see. Teoscar Hernandez 1 for 11. Suarez 1 for 2. I mean, they really haven't seen him a lot. Ty France I like 1 for 1. Julio kind of coming around. Jared Kelenic 0 for 2, but with BVP, a lot of people like BVP, but when it's only like 1 or 2 plate appearances, that's not a lot. So I will have a little bit of exposure to possibly both of these pitchers in tournaments, but not cash. And then I will be more focusing on the bats in this game once the Vegas numbers come out. If we're playing the all-day slate, if this is even on there, or it's a late slate or turbo slate or whatever it's called, I'll have some exposure to this. So that being said, everybody, thank you for checking this video out. If you're still here, big shout out to everybody. Hopefully this video helps you. Hopefully yesterday's video helped you. Let me know. 900 plus views, our best DFS video ever. Awesome. It was awesome. It was a Sunday video. You guys brought the heat. Loved it. Big shout out to everyone who subbed on the website right now. This has been the best month of subscriptions that we've ever had, both here on YouTube and on FTA Plus on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So go to the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Check everything out. If you want to see the article here, it's in the description of this video. You can see the plays that we like in this video, in this article. And then we have the MLB tab, which has a ton of information. BVP matchups, stolen base targets. You got the contrarian stacks, which is part of the premium content. You got our cheat sheet, which includes cash and GPP plays, stacks, and players we like in those stacks. It includes core lineup builds. So we show you the full lineup, but unlike these other people, DFS experts on YouTube, I'm building these lineups, but my suggestion is to take them and make them your own. So take the video, this article, this video breakdown, the lineups, all of the information we have on the website for $10 a month, build them yourself, and then come back and let us know how you've done. Love it. Love to see it. A lot of people have been emailing me or hit me up on Twitter at advisors_team telling me your advice has helped. Yesterday's videos helped. I wouldn't have looked at this person. I won this money, and I'm getting DMs of people winning a ton of money. Like I've said before, we've been around since 2014, and we've had multiple big winners. If you've been around, some of the names in the comment section, I've seen you for the last 5, 6, 7 years. A few years back, I believe it was 2018, 2019, we had a subscriber win 18,000 or 20,000, which is awesome. That's life-changing money for some people. It's just been awesome. So if you guys have been around for a while, let me know. Some of the names down below I recognize for a very long time. I'm just excited how these videos have been going lately. We took a break last year. We took off 2022 of MLB, which was kind of refreshing because I didn't have to wake up. I didn't have to do anything. And it was just refreshing. And but I shut the website down. That was it. And then come July, I'm like, you know what? I think I want to do football again because it's just passion. It's just football's once a week of content, and then you got 3 or 4 days of it. And then that just kind of rolled into, okay, we did a little bit of XFL. No one really looked at that. And then MLB came, and you guys have been killing it with the video views and stuff. So just big shout out to everybody who subbed here on YouTube. Anyone who has been to the website. Yesterday was a big day on the website for views as well. So big help. If you don't have the money to sub on the website, watching these videos and clicking on the ads and watching the ads helps us immensely as well. So a lot of stuff that can help us, and it's really just a little bit from you. So thank you everyone for watching this video. We'll be back with an article and video for tomorrow's slate with a full slate of normal day. It's a Tuesday, but we've got a lot to build around, and we cannot wait for NFL. So thanks for checking this video out. Good luck, everybody. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.